Hello everybody, it's Nathan, and today I would like to talk about like a follow-up on a YouTube Shorts that I did a little bit ago, actually. That little short video I did, amazing feedback and everything. In the series, the follow-up I'm going to do is Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. Overall, if you absolutely despised Fairy Tail, go ahead and skip this video altogether. I'm going to be talking about what Fairy Tail does right and also complaining about it at the same time. For some background knowledge about me and Fairy Tail, I watched the anime for Fairy Tail, skipping some filler all the way up to the end of the 2016 series /0. I'm counting 0 in with that. I watched up to the end of Fairy Tail 0, then went to my local Books A Million and picked up every single volume they had. That happens after, because Fairy Tail's a big series. So I picked that up, read it. Amazing. The anime did not do that final season justice at all. The tension that I felt while reading, it wasn't translated well. And it also doesn't help that they padded that out just to make a year's worth of episodes. They could have done that perfectly within like 30 to 40 episodes. But they wanted to extend it. I have no clue why. And of course, when every time someone says, I wonder how Fairy Tail's going to end, I said, it's going to end in the most Fairy Tail way imaginable. And that, because I've already read the manga at that point, so I gave them that little tease that it leaves on a kind of an open-ended type of scenario, which is a typical Fairy Tail. So we waited and waited. I think the manga for 100 Years Quest started a year after the manga ended. Don't hold me on that, I could be wrong. But I remember multiple times the English voice actor for Natsu Dragneel himself, Todd Haberkorn, he was advocating for Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, the sequel series, when I met him, to be turned into an anime. We're getting that now. But what can you all expect from 100 Years Quest? It's a video game. That quote doesn't really work because it's a Fairy Tail video game, but the point still stands. The whole entire structure of 100 Years Quest feels like a typical Pokemon game, let's say. You have so many different dragons, and you have to defeat all of them. But these dragons are humans too. They have complex emotions and everything. That's just the main plot of 100 Years Quest. There's a subplot there too about this girl. We just know her name is Toka. She seems innocent, and she wants to talk to Natsu. Okay, weird. They introduce this character wanting to become a member of Fairy Tail itself. So the readers let our guards down after we get semi-used to Toka. But Toka comes off as creepy as Juvia does originally. But these two different stories are happening at different locations in the Fairy Tail universe, like in the setting of the world of Fairy Tail. You have everyone back in Magnolia plus Toka, and you see Jalal investigating a so-called the Great White Mage. Okay, that's just like a teaser for what's to come, because both the A and B plots merge together. I think that story starts around episode, like volume 7. Volume 7, 6 or 7, I could be wrong on that. We see the members, the whole entire guild of Fairy Tail that was in Magnolia, the brainwashed. this thing is connected to Toka. The Great White Mage is connected to Toka in some way. And of course, they somehow win. The manga for Fairy Tail, I'm going to be true with everyone who just hates Fairy Tail on the sole point of they use the power of friendship too much. You realize they overemphasize that in the anime. Yes, the power of friendship does play some role, but it doesn't feel like it in the manga. Amazing. How are they going to adapt Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest? We already know it's been announced. How are they going to extend what content we have? We don't have that many volumes, mind you. In America, we have 8. It's very interesting to see. Are they going to extend it by showing the few moments of the power of friendship? Are they going to overexert that? Most likely. But if they do it well, 100 Years Quest in of itself could bring in new fans. If you want to know the time setting of this compared to the original, say about one whole month passes in between both stories. Why do I feel like it's longer? But I have a good feeling it's only a month. So we pick up almost immediately after the final panel of Fairy Tail with the whole entire, we're going on a 100 years quest. This is worth its weight in gold. I'm someone who's like very picky about my taste. I don't typically like the Fairy Tail anime, but the manga, amazing. Here's the thing. The Fairy Tail video game that I have on the Nintendo Switch, if they were to put the whole story of Fairy Tail in that game, I would much rather play that game than go back and reread even the manga. That game, it's so fine-tuned and so fun. It works. But they only have the latter part of the story in there. They don't even have the big battle from the final season in that video game. It's basically like once you complete the game, do whatever you want. And the task we have up for you, they're repetitive, or the boss is extremely challenging that you can't defeat. The video game has had really big potential, and the DLC did not add anything. They basically said, you want a certain character on your team, you have to buy the DLC. That is a bad choice. Go ahead and adapt the final chunk of the first series into the video game. Have it be like a $30 bonus or something. We already have the costumes for each character already in the game. You can purchase it for whatever price it is. I only bought the Natsu final season outfit. But as everyone's still wondering, how far are we going to get in this? The only time I've been right at predicting how far an anime is going to be adapting it, how far it's been adapted before, is Attack on Titan Season 2. I predicted it was going to end right there, and it did. So, based on my knowledge of 100 Years Quest, if we get 12 episodes, we are only going to get everything of the first dragon. And if we get 24 episodes, go ahead and rush it a bit. Get all the way up to where we are currently in the manga. It seems like a bit of a stretch, but you cannot do a 100+ episode series of Fairy Tail. You can't do it anymore because the original series was a week-to-week publication. So we had a handful of chapters. You can add filler. The manga chapters keeps coming out and everything. It is bi-monthly, bi-weekly, whatever you want to call it. So it's every other week a new chapter of 100 Years Quest comes out. So it's almost impossible to have a ongoing season of Fairy Tail like there was in the past, especially with the 09 and 2000. Was it 14 or 16? I might have said that wrong before. I meant 2014. If we can get a decently paced 100 Years Quest, we can get an absolute amazing season. Do I think there's potential in some filler? Yes, but I don't feel like there's actually potential in the actual story arc type filler. I don't feel like that's a good way to go about this adaptation. You can have episodic filler, to pad out the to give the main cast in the guild something to do while Natsu and the gang are off doing the 100 Years Quest. You can give them some fluff. Fluff out that content, so if you want to actually extend the actual stuff with the 100 Years Quest, you can do that easily with filler within the episode type things. Kind of like how One Piece is doing it, but please don't adapt this like One Piece. This requires decent pacing, even for it to be somewhat good. Anyway, I think I've rambled on for way too long about this topic. What do you guys think of what you think / expectations are for this anime adaptation of 100 Years Quest? And I'd like to remind everyone, when you do watch 100 Years Quest, remember it's about not too long after the after the final season. So keep that in mind. This is Nathan signing out. Everyone have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. See ya, everyone.